Hey, what's up? This is Phil Demmel from the Kerry King Band in Category 7, and you're watching Chaoszine.
Hello everyone, Chaoszine is today here at Tuska, and I have the pleasure to talk to Phil Demmel of Kerry King's solo band. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, yeah, it's good to be here. Haven't been here since 2002.
Oh, really? And that was with Machine Head?
Machine Head. I was filling in. I wasn't in the band yet. It was my 2-week kind of just fill-in period with them.
Do you have like any other memories of that specific time?
Yeah, of the specific time, yeah, I have a lot of memories about it. But specifically here, I was at a different location, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was like in the woods or something.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the town actually, right next to the train station.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Tuska means pain, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I remember that. I remember they had the big ramp that came out, and we were doing, Machine Head was playing Creeping Death.
Okay.
And I went out there, I'm gonna go out on the ramp and play the solo. And so I went out on the ramp and instantly got spit. Everybody spit on me when I went out there. I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna go out there and do the solo. Okay, back.
So you are on the road now with Kerry King. So
yes.
How has the summer generally been for you?
Summer's been great. Played all the festivals over here: Sweden Rock, Rock am Ring, Rock am Park, Resurrection Fest. We did Download. We did Grass Pop and Nova Rock, and you know, all those that have been going on, we pretty much hit them. So.
And actually Numirock, it's actually one of the oldest ones in Finland.
Numirock, we went up and did that. I went bungee jumping on the beach there.
Yeah, I saw the footage, and we made also news about it on our magazine, and you even share it. So what kind of like experience that was?
Oh, it was awesome because it was, you know, you're in Finland, the sun's not going down.
Yep.
You're up in Numirock. It's in is it north?
Quite mid.
Okay, so it's north, lots of woods, beautiful, beautiful country. And me and my guitar tech were walking on the beach, took a picture on the beach, and then we saw the bungee there, and I'd done it before, he had it, and I looked at him all, let's go see how much it is, you know. And so we walked over there, and they actually, Extreme Finland was kind enough to, like, you know, give us a break on the price. I don't think they charged us at all, but they brought you up. I don't know how high I was, but they brought you above the tree line.
Yeah.
And as I'm going up, I'm like, oh, fuck. You know? And I'm like, I can't back out now. That's just, you know, you can't.
You are a fucking metal guitarist.
I'm
you
fucking
cannot
in there.
back
There's only
out.
one way out of this,
Yep.
you know, it's piece by piece. No, it's, you know, you got to jump.
But that wasn't the first time that you actually did it.
No, I, about 30 years ago in California, a buddy of mine was working for a company that did bungee jumps, and we were able to jump free if we just drove up there. So we went up, and it's a 1-lane road going up there, and they have spies just in case the cops come, because you're not supposed to. It's illegal.
Okay.
And so it's off of a bridge, and my buddy Bungee Brent, what's up, Bungee Brent? And I had people carry me and throw me off.
Okay.
6 people threw me, and they fucking launched me off the edge. You know,
that was a little more extreme than what you did.
Oh yeah, and then you dunk your head in the river, they get you wet, and then when you come back up, so that was a little more extreme. I was, you know,
that's next
considerably
level.
Younger at the time. Yeah.
Have you done like any other extreme sports?
I've gone skydiving. I think like maybe 4 times. You know, tandem skydives, which are awesome. I prefer the skydiving to the bungee. Bungee's kind of a violent recoil, and
so you are sort of like an adrenaline junkie.
A little bit. I used to go snowboarding all the time. You know, and that was fun, but nothing too crazy. I've always been kind of, you know, it's safe, you know.
and the older you get, the more wiser you become.
Well, yeah,
maybe.
Man, I've got kids and a wife, and then I got responsibilities. You know, back then it was kind of reckless. I was super reckless when I was a kid.
I saw your wife's comment on the bungee video that she was scared about.
Oh yeah. I sent it to her. She's all, my heart skipped when I saw you jump.
So you are now on the road, obviously playing with Kerry King, and obviously you also played with Kerry in Slayer for a couple of shows. But how has it been now to play like a long tour with him?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I think that you know, I'd known I was going to be in the band for about 5 years. And so when we finally got together earlier this year, it was like, all right, it's the moment of truth. Are we going to, are we going to connect? Is this going to be good with everybody? And Paul was in the room first. So me and Paul sat down and known each other forever. And I just started riffing on something, and he just kind of busted into a beat. So we got, a couple ideas. And then Kyle came in, and, Kyle was, I haven't had a bass player on my side of the stage and I don't know how long. So when Kyle plugged in, first of all, his rig is ripping my head off,
Okay.
I'm not used to having a bass rig there, so it's like super loud, but it's super clean. He's really precise. He attacks when he plays. And so it was, we locked in pretty quick because, our tones there matching together. So, and playing that first couple rehearsals and figuring it out, locked in with Kerry pretty good. So it's each time we play, it just gets incrementally better. And, it's nice when everything's super cohesive and we're all playing the same thing. I've studied the songs. I've had the songs for a while now, so I've learned the songs pretty well. And, stoked on what we're doing, man.
So was it like easy to connect also while making From Hell I Rise, because you had that like history? Do you feel that way?
I wasn't involved in any of the writing or the recording of the basic tracks. He would send me tracks saying, okay, here's your solo spots. This is where and then I'd write my spots at home and record them at home and send them off. I'm all, hey, this is what I have to offer. This is what my style is, and this is how I'm going to be playing. Are you okay with that? And, it was like, I don't hate it. So, I'm all, okay.
I guess it's good.
That's a green light. That's a green light in Kerry King world. And so continued what I was doing. Super stoked on what I played, and came down. I think they were only recording for like a couple weeks to do the whole record, and maybe more, I'm not sure. But I came down one day, 3 hours, did all my solos, and bolted the next day. So I was pretty prepared in what I was doing, and it was just a matter of just capturing some special moments, and pretty much everything one pass, only a couple punches on a couple little things. So I was pretty proud of that.
But I guess he also was aware a bit about like what's your style. So when he had those spots for you, he kind of most likely knew what he's gonna get, at least to a certain point.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I would think that. I would think so. I think that the first song, Where I Reign, it's kind of the featured solo on the record. It's a longer solo, lots going on, and once you heard that was, because I put some work into, this kind of sound epic. This is like the signature, the feature solo on the record. So, and he was really stoked on what I did there. So I think that at that point he just, he's a pretty trusting guy. Just like, do your job. As long as you're doing your job, I'm not going to worry about it type deal.
So when he first approached you to join the band, was it like clear for you that this is something that you want to do, or did you have to think about it that whether you want to go like full on speed on the road again, or?
Well, no, it's something that I, before I quit Machine Head, I had Slayer had come through before their very last tour, but it was the last cycle.
Yeah.
They came through, and I was pretty much knew that I was, my time was limited in Machine Head, and asked Kerry about, so what are you doing after this? What do you got going after Slayer? And he was like, me and Paul and Gary will probably do something. And then when I announced that I was quitting Machine Head, then he texted me, like, I think that same day, he's like, that's why you were asking me. And I said, yeah, man,
There's some reason behind why I asked you.
And I'm interested in what you're doing next. If you're, threw my name in the hat type deal. I don't think Gary was ever solidified as, what they were doing. I don't know what that dynamic was. I know that it was, Gary's got his Exodus thing and his thing. I don't know if it was even like something they had discussed. I have no idea. But so Kerry maybe, he made me wait a little bit. And as he was figuring shit out, it was a slow roll. The whole process was a slow roll. and let me know, his ideas. I think in like August of 2019.
Okay.
So yeah, there was still a lot of stuff that had to be figured out. So when he told me that, it was all right. Here I am, in 2019, and the record just came out earlier this year. So it's been a long wait. Man.
Yeah. So now, since you name dropped Machine Head, obviously there's been couple of dates on this European tour where you have played on the same day.
Yeah.
So how is your relationship with Rob nowadays? Are you in talking relationship?
I watched them play at the Resurrection Fest. Yeah, we've been on a couple festivals. Haven't bumped into each other at the festivals. Seen some of the other guys, seen some of the other crew, and watched. Was it Resurrection Fest? It was Resurrection Fest. So we were on after them. We were playing the side stage, kind of call it the deadliner. You're not the headliner, but you're like the end of the night.
Yeah.
But it was still awesome. So they did their thing, and it was really cool to watch from front of house and watch everything that's going on. I'd seen them before in Sacramento and had a good time. I'm able to, just like.
I think it's a killer show that they put up now.
The festival show they're doing is fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
They had the 10-ton hammer balloons that come out. And I thought that was, and it's cool because they're in the air going.
Yep.
So, and they it's a party vibe. They played Now We Die, and the middle section in Now We Die is some pretty special lyrics in that section. So I found myself, kind of welling up a little bit and feeling a little nostalgic. It was cool to see. It was cool to see them killing it like that. Honestly, watching Reese play my parts, and I think I'm finally at a spot of letting a lot of shit go.
Okay. So you have also another band instead of Kerry King, Category 7.
Yep.
And there's a new album coming on July 26th.
Yes.
The debut album.
Metal Blades. Metal Blade Records.
And everybody is naming it as supergroup.
Oh my goodness.
How does the word supergroup sound to you? Is it like
supergroup? It's I think of Velvet Revolver and these guys that have sold a shit ton of records.
Yeah.
And I mean, John sold a bunch of records, and I guess Shadows Fall sold a bunch too. But
I guess you have also with your bands.
Yeah.
So don't put yourself below them.
Kinda. I look at it as a bunch of my friends, and I'm friendly with John. I wouldn't say that we're total bros. I think that we're kind of bros, but I think that it was started as me and Jason Bittner and Mike Orlando being fucking hammered one night after I played with Overkill and saying, hey, let's write some music, and we saw it through, and we all picked who we thought our singer would want to be.
Okay.
And it was all John
When
Bush.
was this actually?
I think this was 2021, the end of 21.
Okay.
So me and I was just doing a one-off with Overkill, and so after Corey from God Forbid, if you heard of God Forbid, yeah, so the drummer worked at a bar in Jersey, Dingbats or one of those. It's one's a club, one's a venue. Anyway, so so he's working there. We go there, we get all hammered, and then we pitch that. We should do.
The typical stuff, and normally nothing happens after
Normally, you call that tour talk, It's, oh, bro, we should tour together, man, and nothing ever comes from it. But same deal. So I checked back with, the dudes after. It's like, hey, this is something we want to do. And Mike, was one guy that I'd always wanted to write music with. A phenomenal dude, first and foremost, and an amazing player after that. But he was like a guy that I'd wanted,
to do something with,
to create with, and styles are different, but we like the same music, and we started bouncing my ideas kind of back. No, I was back out there for an Overkill thing. It was going to be a tour, so this is in like March of 22, and we sit down and we just start writing riffs. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? So he's like filming me and recording some shit. And Jason didn't even know that. Jason's in the next room, starting an Overkill tour the next day, and so we have all these ideas together, and we don't know who's going to sing it yet at this point. And so we had some stuff that was like, people that heard it described it as like Pantera X, like Pantera meets fucking Racer X, because it's just all this crazy shit going on. But
yeah,
it's
and there's
got
like
the
a
groove.
lot of different like music styles also.
Yes.
So were you like talking also about that what direction we want to go, or was it just like very natural process?
We didn't know yet, so we were just writing stuff we thought was cool.
Okay.
And then once we got John Bush on board, it was like, okay, this
Now
is the
we
direction
know.
we're going. Wide open choruses, you know, giving him room to breathe and let him write the hooks and do his thing. So then we knew. So, you know, that first song went by the wayside because he wasn't really feeling it. So everything else we wrote came pretty quick. You know, Mike Orlando, really proficient writer, and I was doing Lamb of God stuff at the time. I was doing Testament stuff at the time. I was still doing violent stuff at the time, you know, and so he kind of like took the reins and he's been our captain, man. Mike Orlando is the MVP of this project, so this band.
So if you are like on tour like with Lamb of God and then you start writing for like Category 7, do you feel that the outcome is like similar in a way, or do you feel that your brains work in that way?
No, I don't think that I'm tied into, you know, all these bands speak their own language, you know. Slayer's got their thing, Violence has their thing, so it's as I'm learning these other sets. Devin Townsend, like I told you, I was going to play with Devin Townsend in Bloodstock in 2021, I think, and so he has these open, everything, tunings are different. Yeah. Devin plays in an open tuning, so I was learning different chord voicings in that. Lamb of God is a drop tune, so you know, all of their stuff is in, they're speaking their language. Slayer stuff, same, you know, it's standard tuning. Violence, you know, super, you know, moxie.
But it's more like getting influences out from those in a way.
They're influences. So this thing is more, and I mean, the music I listen to mostly is rock bands like fucking Alter Bridge and Shinedown and Nonpoint and, you know, Mammoth and, you know, more rock, you know, and melody and hooks that, that's kind of, and so I'm drawing from that and bringing it into and adding some, you know, some thrashiness to it. And
but there's a lot of melodies and hooks on the album.
Oh yeah, that's John Bush, man. You know, that's all Bush. We just let him work his magic, right? It's incredible lyrics and the phrasing and the voice and everything. It's just, it's magic. It was like, the songs by themselves without the vocals, they're good. You know, some of them are really good, but I feel that once he did his, once he bushed them up, you know, that they're phenomenal songs. I'm so extremely proud of this record and what it is.
So is this like a project or a proper band? Do you plan on going out on the road with it, or how do you see the future of it?
Yeah, man, it's a band. It is a band. You know, it's like I'm committed to Kerry, and I'm publicly saying
that's
that.
You know, your priority.
I've committed to him. I've told him that that is my priority. When he's doing, then that's what I do. So I'm going to honor that. And you know, everybody's got stuff. You know, Bittner's got Overkill and Shadows Fall. You know, Jack's got Exodus. Bush has Armored Saint. You know, everybody's got their stuff. So we're gonna try to get it done. But we believe in the record, and people, it's been a really positive response to it so far.
I actually listened to it through because I found it on my computer, even though I said you that I didn't. I was listening to it through, and it's actually a good album. Solid stuff.
Right on.
After one spin, so.
Okay. Yeah. It'll grow on you.
Not like a big comparison.
For sure.
I need to listen to it through like more.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you did.
So before we wrap things up, a little bit about the future. What does it hold for you? Is it just gonna be like Kerry shows as much as possible, or what's in the scope?
Yeah, it's Kerry stuff. We just announced a show in Mexico City with Amon Amarth.
Okay.
And we've got some other stuff coming up at the end of the year. We're gonna, you know, we've got Lamb of God and Mastodon in July and August, and so we're pounding the pavement with this band, man. It's gonna be a lot. So we're gonna hit all the markets and see how it hits. He's already written a bunch of songs for the next one, and we'll take it from there.
So the ball is rolling.
Ball is rolling, man. Yeah, it's snowballing.
Hey, thanks a lot for the time. And
absolutely,
all the best
man.
for the future.
I'm glad this worked out.
Anything you want to say as a closer to all the fans?
Just want to thank the fans and everybody who supported any music that I've done in the past, you know, through Violence and Machine Head and, you know, Torque and Technocracy and everything. I get a lot of, you know, a lot of support from everybody out there. Thanks for being there through all these little fill-in things that I've been doing, and now that I'm here with Kerry in Category 7, man. Thanks to the fans and the family for being supportive.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man.